or looking for specific bonds to complete your bond ladder, whether for income distribution or just to accumulate more bonds on specific months for purposes of attaining your distribution income goal, or because of the declining returns, the market interest rates and other fixed income instruments, making the money market funds and the other short-term investments returns decline, and you're thinking of looking for an opportunity that guarantees you a specific return, or you want to lock that return at a specific percentage which is within your acceptable minimum under your personal investment statement or policy, or you're looking for a low risk investment because nature you feel that naturally you are tailored for low risk investments, then bond investing, especially the government bonds, treasury bonds, become your perfect investment vehicle because government bonds give us the lowest form of risk exposure, not the lowest, not no risk exposure. Every form of investment gives us an element of risk, and the bonds are the bottom in that list of exposures. And the other would be a question of liquidity. You're always draining your liquid investments because you can't sit near liquid cash. And you're looking for an opportunity that reduces the level of liquidity or accessibility of your invested money. Bond investing, government bonds are not that easy to liquidate or withdraw, just like we have in the money market funds and the other collective investment vehicles after you have exhausted the locking period. So if liquidity is an issue, or liquidity doesn't enable you obey the principle of delayed gratification, then bond investing will, because bonds are a bit illiquid. They will take some time before you convert that bond back to cash. Two things to note in bond investing is, one, bonds do not automatically compound. The coupons that you are getting from bonds, because they don't automatically get reinvested by CBK, then it's your responsibility. If you want to benefit from compounding, you are supposed to make sure that those coupons are reinvested either in other bonds, coming bonds, meet the minimum required for bond investing, which is 50,000 Kenya shillings, or wire them to alternative investment vehicles where that coupon or interest will generate more interest. And how do you do that? For bond investments, you can turn on a switch in your DAO ZSD account, which enables, which once enabled, that coupon or maturing instrument, if it matches the settlement of a new bond that you have bidded for, then it will automatically form part of what you're supposed to pay, and you'll be required to pay either a top-up if that amount, the coupon or maturing instrument, is less than what you are needed to pay in your new investment. Welcome to a review of October 2025 bond auction, where two fixed coupon bonds have been issued, have been offered for bidding, and this is the FXD1 2018-15 and FXD1 2021-20. As per this schedule, those papers have the following coupon rates. The FXD1 2018-15 has a coupon rate of 12.65%, while the FXD1 2021-20 has a coupon rate of 13.444%. These two bonds have original maturity periods of over 10 years. The 15 for the 2018 and 20 years for the 2021 bond. That reason, they are taxed at a withholding rate of 10%. That is to say, bonds with a maturity period, an original tenure of 10 and above years, they get taxed at 10%. And for that reason, then, the net coupons will be as follows: 12.65 for the FXD1 2018-15, once subjected to a withholding tax rate of 10%. The tax percentage will be 1.265%, Once deducted, we are getting a net coupon of 11.3850%. The FXD1 2021-20 at a coupon rate of 13.444%, subjecting to a 10% withholding tax of giving us a 1.3444%, will leave us with a net coupon of 12.0996%. Then the question at that point is, are those net coupons, the 11.385 or the 12.0995, are they within your acceptable minimum return as per your personal investment policy? And if yes, then those instrument becomes a good paper for investment. The tenure that the new investors in October 2025 bond auction shall be investing into is 7.7 years for the FXD1 2018-15 and 15.9 years for the FXD1 2021-20. And the two bonds shall have their maturities or the redemption dates when the last coupon and the amount capital invested shall be paid back to the investor for the FXD1 2018-15 shall be on 9th May of 2033, while the second bond FXD1 2021-20 shall be on 22nd of July 2041. The specific months that a bond will be paying its coupons are very important for investors who are looking for instruments for laddering purpose. And therefore, the FXD1 2018-15 shall be paying its coupons in the month of May and November, while the FXD1 2021-20 will be paying its coupons in February and August each year for the period of investment. The two bonds have accrued interest of 5.3519 for the FXD1 2018-15 and 2.5854 for the FXD1 2021-20. How do you determine the accrued interest? Without going into a lot of calculations, accrued interest is determined as the amount of interest that has accrued on that bond from the immediate last coupon payment to the settlement date. The settlement date being the specific last day when payments for successful bids in the current auction shall happen. The settlement date for the October 2025 auction shall be 21st of October 2025. So looking at the last coupon payment dates, for the FXD1 2018-15, their last coupon was paid in the month of May of 2025. Therefore, from May up to October 2025, the last day for payment for the current auction, this bond is accruing its interest on a daily basis. And because the new investors shall be treated the same as the existing investors, these being reopened papers, then the new investor has to pay for that accrued interest, which shall be paid back to them during the next coupon payment dates, which shall be 17th of November 2025 for the FXD1 2018-15, and that is the reason it has accumulated substantial accrued interest of 5.3519 for every 100, because after the settlement date, it will be a few days to the next coupon payment date. Then for the FXD1 2021-20, the next coupon payment shall be on 9th of February 2026. Value date is also known as the settlement date. And this is the last day for payment or RTGSing payments for successful bids, which shall be on 21st of October 2025 for the two bonds. The government has issued these papers targeting to borrow 50 billion Kenya shillings from the domestic market, and all that amount is targeted for budgetary support. The minimum amount required for investment in these bonds or any in bonds is 50,000 Kenya shillings, and there are two ways to place your bid. You are either going in as a competitive bidder or a non-competitive bidder. And as a channel, our recommendation as a DIY investor is bidding non-competitively. And for you to be able to bid non-competitive, you are bidding with a minimum of 50,000 Kenya shillings all the way to 50 million Kenya shillings. Any amount above 50 million Kenya shillings has to be bid competitively. And competitive bidders are the ones who specify the yield that they would expect to be paid during the auction. And it's the bids, the competitive bids that are used in the auction, and the result of the auction applies to the non-competitive bidders. We shall be looking at the specific dates for these bond after a 3-second short break, so don't go away. In the meantime, if the video has value, don't forget to share it to another person. See you after 3 seconds short break. Welcome back to our continued review of the October 2025 bond auction of the FXD1s 2018-15 and 2021-20. This schedule is giving us the important dates for the October 2025 bond auction, and the first is the selling period. The selling period is the window that we are given for the bidding purpose. The window is long enough to enable a person who doesn't have a DAO CSD account and wishes to invest in bonds to apply for one or register for one DAO CSD platform, get it approved, and place their bid. So this period starts on 26th of September 2025 and shall end at 10 a.m. on 15th of October 2025. Immediately the bidding period close on the last date of that period, which is 15th October 2025, 10 a.m., the auction will begin. And therefore, the last day of the bidding period, which we also call the bid closure date, which is always on a Wednesday, shall be the 15th October 2025, and that also doubles as the auction date. So the auction will be on the same day from 10 a.m. after the bidding period has closed on the same Wednesday of 15th October 2025, and immediately the auction is over. Results will be relayed, and therefore we would say the results period will be the auction date up to Friday, the following Friday, and the auction date being 15th October 2025, the Friday will be on 17th of October 2025. Results date is given as the last day of that window, which is always on a Friday, and that shall be on 17th October 2025. But because of advancement in technology on the DAO ZSD platform, immediately the auction is over, results get relayed. From Friday, which is given as the results date, to Monday, which is the settlement date, that marks the payment window or the payment period. Once you have gotten your results of the auction and you are successful, you have gotten your payment key and the amount to pay, you arrange to RTGS or settle that successful bid by paying CBK the specified amount, and that period is from Wednesday after the auction all the way to Monday, the following Monday, which in this case, the settlement date for the October 2025 bond auction shall be 21st of October 2025. And immediately that period close, the bonds shall be transferred for trading in the secondary market. Trading is purely buying and selling for profit. Therefore, in the secondary market, we have a counter, or we have a section that deals with pure bond trading, where bondholders sell their bonds to realize capital gains on them or merely to liquidate their investment. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.